I'm back for my people. Live one way as Monday through Sunday. Come on, Skee, sing it, man. Come on, bro.
Hey, one day you cut it off early, the next day you let it play. I'm gonna be ready next time, all right?
Okay, man. Hey, it's up on the YouTube. It's up on the channel, man. Young J Lemonade Freestyle. But y'all know what's going on, man. Free NBA picks every single day on the show with Monday through Friday. But we will start to do more weekends here, more info, right? We're really starting to figure out these teams, really starting to pay attention to the trends and the patterns, guys. It's all about patterns, in my opinion. I'm your host, Jay Money. We have our guy Skee Profit here with us. What's up with you, Skee? Everything cool with you, my brother?
Yeah, new year. So far, the top plays in the NBA have cashed to start the new year, so that's always good. And we got a big slate today to try to find some money. So look forward to trying to get after it with you.
No, I'm right there with you, my guy. Another big slate in this one, my guys. Let's get straight to it. It's all business here on the show. I even had to take it to the OG background. You dig what I'm saying? Let's go over here to the streets of Cleveland here, man. We got the Cavs laying 5.5 points here at the house versus the Suns in this one, Skee. Ugly ass play, but I actually like the Suns here plus the 5.5, and I actually think they might get this one started off early as well. I don't put too much onto them. The last game, right, Skee versus the Knicks, that was an early start. This is a West Coast team. They weren't ready to play. They came out there sleepy. And I mean the Knicks first half cashed with ease, but this could be a little bounce back J spot here, Skee. This is the last game of a 6-game road trip. What do you think happens here? Does Donovan Mitchell go for 71 once again, my guy?
Nah, hell no. But well, maybe Suns ain't been playing that great defense. I'll say that. But I really don't like backing teams off an overtime game. It's just something that I try to find as many reasons as I can to back the other team. I know Mobley, he's been banged up, right? Garland.
Yep.
Is Garland out there today?
So Garland is in theory doubtful. I saw that in theory both of them were at shoot around, but that doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying? So I know Mobley is still questionable, but I think Garland, if I'm not mistaken, is doubtful. He has like a thumb fracture or something like that. I really think they're trying to get him being used to, it's all about pain management with that. Personally, I don't think Garland will play. I think Mobley has a strong chance of playing. But Skee, you know how you like to do. You remember they were down by 21 at the half. They had to come back from double digits. That's something you like, right? When a team has to expend all that energy to come back. I'm just saying it was down to 60-39 at the half.
And that's another thing. You had to come spend all that energy and you went to overtime. It just seems like a situation where we fade the Cavs, even though, as great as they've been at home. And I know the Suns haven't been that great on the road, but Cavs defense has been kind of slacking a little bit lately. Second worst defensive rated team in the league. And just if they don't have that energy tonight, I can see the Suns coming with it, especially with them off of a blowout loss. So lean towards taking the points. It's been stinky with the Suns on the road, man, all year long. But it's one of those situations where I can't back that team, off, like you said, off the comeback win, overtime game. Have to look the other way.
Yeah, my guy Sam Comer in the chat, he was saying he likes Suns first quarter. I couldn't talk you off there. That's not a look that I look. I put $100 on Suns full game plus the 5.5, my guys. That's what I'm doing. Give me the Suns here, full game plus the 5.5. Obviously, Cavs coming off that huge game, but I think it's even more interesting. The Cavs came out very lethargic in that game. I'm not sure what was up with them. I'm watching. I'm like, bro, this team is playing horrible. I don't know what it was. They really found something in the second half. It's crazy, Skee, because I thought they were about to get blown out in that game. I'm already looking to see who they play next. I'm like, all right, we might hop on Cavs next versus Suns. But then it flipped. They had to expend all that energy to come back. Huge game by Donovan Mitchell, 71 points. They probably went out and celebrated. You see what I'm saying? But regards to that, last 2 minutes report, Skee says that the Cavs shouldn't even won that game. When Donovan Mitchell shot the free throw and went back and got it and did the tip in, they said that he stepped over the line too quick. So the refs basically coming out saying, hey, look, you guys weren't supposed to win that game. I'm not saying that the refs will be against them today, but regardless, all this put together, I'll make a small play here on Suns plus the 5.5, $100 for me, my guys. Let's go over here to the streets of Philadelphia here, Skee. I can't stand this, bro. Sixers laying 6.5 at the house. Joel Embiid questionable. I can't stand it, bro. But I ain't even get on the soapbox right now. What do we do with this game right now, Skee? With Embiid in or out?
Yeah, it's annoying. You never know who's going to be in or out in the lineup, and this just happened the last like 10, 15 minutes. I want to say I saw it pop up, something like that. But as it stands right now, I'd have to look towards the Pacers, probably even if Embiid was in. I mean, Pacers have been playing good basketball lately. They are 6-1 straight up and against the spread the last 2 weeks. Last 5 game stats have them as a better offensive rated team, a better rebounding team, and rebounds probably even more of an advantage if Embiid doesn't play tonight. So if you can do both of those things better than Philadelphia, especially without their star big man, I think you can stay in this game at the +6.5. And as far as the total, I know the Sixers haven't been playing too up tempo lately, but without Joel Embiid, I think they pick up the pace. Maxey should be back in the lineup if I'm not mistaken, and both teams top 5 offensive rated teams the last 5 games. So I look at that. Pacers bottom 5 defending the 3. I think there should be a lot of points in this one. So lean Pacers here. If not the Pacers, I'll be looking at the over.
Yeah, I couldn't talk you off, man. Well, my guy in the chat say he think Mitchell go out for 40 again, man. I don't know. Not with Bridges all over him, my guys. But yeah, definitely could be a little bit injury manipulation report here. When did Embiid get hurt, bro? They talking about a foot. Now I know that he had like surgery on his foot. That's what kept him out like the first year and a half of his career. So I mean, there could be something there, but there's plenty of injury report manipulation going on here, guys. I hope you guys see it. Most of these players don't even have an injury. You see what I'm saying? They just like to list them questionable. I don't know why. Maybe it's they're doing it like to have a leg up on the other team. But regardless, personally, I could. Now the Sixers, they play well at the house. That's where they ball out. Like I said, if Embiid does sit in this game, that's obviously going to take a hit for their offense. The way that the pace will be in this game, I would look towards some team total overs in this one, man. Last night when I'm looking at, broke down the games, I said Sixers team total over. That's obviously before we knew Embiid was questionable. I don't know. I don't give a damn about this game. I don't like the questionable shit. I don't bet these type of games, my guys. But if Embiid does play, the Sixers team total over should definitely get over, my guys. Pacers like to run and gun. They can play some defense, but one-on-one, they're not the greatest defensive team, if that makes sense. Let's go over here to the streets of Orlando here, Skee. We got the Magic land 2 at the house versus the Thunder. Thunder put up $150 on them Celtics last night without SGA. You dig what I'm saying? What we doing with this one, Skee?
Yeah, that injury report, right? You get SGA ruled out, and then Thunder went by 30 points or whatever it is. It's crazy. But I can't look towards Orlando for me. It's just because I know, I think they're still missing a few of those guys. And the last 5 game stats tell me Thunder have been better offensive, defensive, rebound. And it wasn't too hard of a game that they played last night. So I'll be leaning towards the Thunder. I'm assuming they're getting a couple points here. I see it all +2. It's a short dog. So it's a game I won't be involved with. I'll probably just pass, bro, honestly.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. A lot of people will look at this game and probably think Thunder getting 2. And they just smoked the Celtics last night. It's easy tonight with the Thunder. Now, I can't say SGA is still questionable right now with the illness. Personally, I think that he could possibly play in this one. This line might flip to the Thunder here. I don't want the Thunder on the road. They turn up at the house. They want to play for their fans at the house. And what I'm watching last night as well, they really didn't even have a ton of offense. The Celtics just weren't playing any defense. Getting inside the paint with ease, guys. I'm watching that game. Celtics wanted no part, and it's crazy because they had spurts where they could come back in the game, guys. See what I'm saying? So just like, we don't care. I like the Magic here, -2. I put $100 on the Magic, land a 2 here, guys. Like I say, you could wait for this one, wait for the SGA news. There's a strong possibility he could play. There could be some injury report manipulation here. Oh, SGA in. They're still going to tank this game, in my opinion. Thunder, I think when the Thunder face a team that has less wins than them, it seems like they want to get them evened up in the tank race, my guys. So Magic are banged up. They won't have Bobo. They won't have Franz Wagner or Mo Wagner here. I believe like one of their guards as well. But let me just read off to you the guys that are available for the Magic today. Regardless, I think they get it done. And this team is off 3 or 4 days rest as well. So the Magic, they're very well rested here. Thunder coming in 3rd game in 4 nights with travel back-to-back on the road. So they still have Markelle Fultz, Gary Harris, Terrence Ross, Banchero, Wendell Carter Jr., Mo Bamba, Cole Anthony, RJ Hampton in this one, my guys. So only 9 available, but I like the Magic in this one, -2. And I'll say this, guys. You don't have to ride with me. I have $100 on this game. If you don't like it, don't bet it. It's simple, my guys. We're not telling you you have to go and bet some. You dig what I'm saying? Let's go over here to the streets of Charlotte here, Skee. We got the Hornets getting 7 points at the house, right, versus the Grizzlies. Grizzlies, not a good track record ATS on the road. Hornets, not a good track record ATS or straight up anywhere. But what you think about this one? Are you laying the points with the Grizzlies? Are you laying the points with the Grizzlies on the road?
No, I prefer to have the Grizzlies at home. I think they've only covered 5 out of 17 games on the road. But at the same time, I don't really want what the Hornets are offering either. They've been stinking it up offensively, have them as the worst offensive rated team in the last 5 games, and they're the worst team in the league shooting a three. Also, going to be missing some offense without Hayward out there. So the way I chose to play this game, I went with the Hornets team total under 115. You got the Grizzlies, top 5 defensive rated team the last 5 games. 13 of the last 16 games, their opponent has not surpassed 115 points. They're allowing 110.5 the last 2 weeks. They're allowing about 111 on the season. All of that gets us under this, 115 that the Hornets are supposed to get to tonight. And looking at the Hornets, only one of their last 5 games have went over that 115 number. They're averaging 114 last 2 weeks, 111 and a half on the season. And at home, they're averaging less than 110 points. So all of that just adds up, as long as Grizzlies don't overlook them here and, think too much about their game tomorrow, they should be able to hold Charlotte under the 115 points tonight.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, the Hornets, they do struggle. I don't like this game. I can't tell you this. I don't like the fact that Tyus Jones got popped up on the injury report. Obviously, this is the type of game where the Grizzlies going to look at, oh, you can take a little game off. He is still their backup point guard. And really, when I'm looking at the Grizzlies right now, especially like when they're without, well, I know Zaire Williams. We don't know if he's going to play or not, but they're kind of thin right now on the bench. I know you guys don't know, like Roddy, he's a rookie. Conchard, Aldama, I mean, those guys can still ball, but this isn't the strongest bench of the Grizzlies. I feel like that at some point the Grizzlies are going to start to miss DeAnthony Milton. And if Jones isn't in this game, I just want those parts of it. Obviously, it's Grizzlies or nothing. I'm not laying this points on the road, though. Let me get it real quick. So Grizzlies 5-13 against the spread on the road. What the hell are we doing? I'm not laying points with this team on the road. And you got the Hornets 6-11-1 against the spread at the house, 5-13 straight up. It's a super easy pass for me, my guys. Could definitely see some pace. The Hornets did get blown. This is what I don't like. They got blown out already earlier this year versus the Grizzlies as well in Memphis, 130-99. So there was without LaMelo Ball and that one. They were laying 11.5. It's a tough game for me, guys. I can understand Grizzlies, but I can't lay that with them on the road. It's the first game of a back-to-back as well. Let's go over to the streets of New York here, Skee. We got the Knicks laying 9.5 points at the house versus the trash San Antonio Spurs here. What do you think? Should we ride with the Knicks in the first half here? I believe they're like 15-4 or 14-5 against the spread first half at the house. What do you think? You think they come out here and smoke another team here?
Well, if I'm back in the Knicks, it's definitely in the first half for, the reasons that you mentioned. It's been the second half where they trick some of these games off, but they haven't really been this big of a favorite in any of these games. So that kind of gives me a little bit of pause. Last 5 game stats tell me the Spurs have been a better offensive rated and rebounding team. That also gives me a little bit of pause here. So it's tough to back the side. When I think about the total, I really want to look at the Knicks team total just because the Spurs have been giving it up. Worst defensive rated team over the last 5, and just looking at what they've been allowing the last 2 weeks, it is 127 points per game. They're allowing the last 2 weeks.
Good God.
It's just that the Knicks play so slow, and they haven't really been getting close to I forgot what the number was for today. I think it was like 118 or it's somewhere pretty high. They haven't been getting too close to that number. So it's a game where I'm hesitant, but if I have to make a play, Knicks first half or Knicks team total over.
Yeah, I couldn't talk you off that team total. It's crazy, bro. The total has dropped from 229 to 225.5. What the hell? What you think is up with that?
All I can say is, it's not going to be because the Spurs playing any defense. It's got to just be maybe some guys will be missing from the Spurs side. Maybe no Vassell, maybe no Keldon Johnson. And just play at the Knicks pace. That's all I can think right there.
Yeah, somebody in the chat saying Knicks revenge spot. Yeah, they did just lose to the Spurs as well at the house. But I can tell you this right now, I'm not laying. They just lost by 7. They just lost to the lost by 7 in San Antonio, right? But I'm not laying no 9.5 with the Knicks guys against anybody in the NBA, guys. I'm not doing it. So and in theory, I don't know, man. I don't. I'm not playing this game, guys. But I can say if I had a lean full game, it would probably be Spurs plus a 9.5. No way in hell I'm putting my hard-earned money on it, though. You dig what I'm saying? Let's go over here to the streets of Toronto here, Skee. We got the Raptors laying 4.5 points, man. This one initially opened up at Bucks -2, quickly moved to Raptors -2, -2.5, reached up to 5.5 today. Now I'm down to 4.5. We know that Drew Holiday's out, Joe Ingles out, still no Chris Middleton. It's basically Giannis and everybody else over there. I'm watching the Bucks last night versus the Wizards. Giannis is their offense. See, I know Brook Lopez sometimes can hit some shots, whatever. Bobby Portis can hit some shots, but Giannis is their offense. I feel like if you can stop Giannis, you can beat this Bucks team handily. This team is not good on the road as well. This line has gotten too high for me when we were talking about this game last night. We're guessing where the spread was going to be. I say maybe at that -2, but I'm not landing 4.5 with the Raptors. But I must say, Skee, it's the only way I could look. But they hadn't really been playing well. This is a game about defense. If you build that wall, get back on defense and transition and stop Giannis from going over 30, 35 points, I feel like the Raptors have a really good chance to win this game. What do you think about this, my brother?
I heard a lot of ifs, and usually the Raptors are a good defensive team, but they haven't been that great lately. And so I don't know that I can trust them. They were a good home team, but they've kind of fallen off in that regard too lately. And you mentioned the struggles that the Bucks have had on the road. How I feel about this is the line has moved way too much. Like the Raptors have not been playing good enough basketball to be favored by a few possessions, especially versus a team as talented as the Bucks. So if you got it, when they're at a plus price or you got it early -2 or something of low number like that, I would say okay. But as it is now, I would only look the other way. I mean, Bucks, you are going to miss some of that defense with Drew Holiday out, but still better defensive rated team than the Raptors on the season and last 5 games. And the Raptors, the second worst rebounding team. Bucks are top 5. They still got all that size. They still can have a lot of second chance points. So it's a lot of ways I think the Bucks can still take advantage. And they're still 3-0 against the spread on the back-to-back. I feel like even some of those were without Giannis, and they still found a way to stay within the number and win a couple of those games. So at this point, I would only look towards the Bucks at the 5.5 or 4.5, whatever it is.
What you think about the Raptors being 5-0 straight up and against the spread last 5 versus the Bucks?
I think that would just give me, it makes sense because usually they're a good defensive team, like you said, and they built that wall, but they're not showing us they're a good defensive team right now. Bottom 10 last 5 games. So if they're not going to bring that aspect, I don't trust them.
No, I'm right there with you. I'm not looking towards the Bucks on the road here, guys. I do sense something with this team that it's not the same Bucks team as last year. I love Giannis. Giannis a baller. He went off for 55 last night. Also, we have to remember when these players are having to carry the heavy load on a team, having to go 55. He had to do everything for the Bucks last night. You see what I'm saying? You could possibly run out of gas. Now, Giannis, don't get it twisted. He can still go for 40 once again tonight, but the rest of the team is not balling out right now. This team is missing guard depth. They don't have a ton of ball handlers. I worry about the Bucks, guys. Let's just put it like that. And I really worry about them on the road. So Raptors, the only way I could look here with the rest advantage, coming off a bad loss, 5-0 straight up and against the spread, last 5 versus the Bucks. They do have guys like Precious Achiuwa, Chris Boucher, Siakam, who else? OG Anunoby. Got a ton of guys that they can throw it in Giannis. You see what I'm saying? And they know how to build their wall versus them. So personally, I could only look towards the Raptors here. It has gotten a little too high for me personally, but it does look like Giannis is going to play. It's a tough game, man, but the Raptors are better than what they're showing, guys. They got to put some stuff together. Van Fleet and Achiuwa versus their first game back, last game as well, and the coach said they didn't look totally in sync. Second game back, I could only look towards the Dinos in this one. Let's go over here to the streets of Chicago here, Skee. We got the Bulls getting 4.5 versus the Nets. What do you think about this one, bro? Nets red hot, won 12 straight. I know I'm not even looking towards betting against them. And the Bulls, in theory, looking for a bounce back spot here. The refs did cheat them last game, so they kind of on one. What do you think about this game, my guy? What you think about the under, Skee?
I look more at the side. Let me see. The total is 236 there. Well, you got 2 teams playing at a bottom 10 pace the last 5 games, and Nets actually playing some defense. It's real the Bulls who you got to worry about on the defensive end. So that worries me. And also the fact that, both teams, I have them listed as Bulls second worst defending the 3 on the season, and Brooklyn 24th. So neither team good in that regard. And Brooklyn second best shooting the 3, Chicago 11th best shooting the 3. So it should be a slower paced game. But if I can't trust the defense from one side and I can't trust the 3-point defense from either side, I can't really back the under in the game. So I guess lean towards the over. I think it's interesting that this line is. I mean, it was 5, right? I think I saw it drop down to 4. Maybe it's back up to 4.5. But for
Mhm.
the Knicks to be on a 12-game win streak and the Bulls to be, as bad as they've looked lately, I think they've even lost a couple games in a row too. Why is this line so short? That's how I feel. Because everything you look at, if you're just looking at stats and things like that, recent performance is going to tell you to back the Nets. And so, only way I can look is that Nets team. Until they fall off, I'm not going to catch the falling knife. So Nets or nothing. Lean towards over. Not involved at the moment.
Yeah, let me see who played in the last game. Yeah, KD. I'll be honest with you, Skee. In theory, this line is all over the Nets. Last time these two teams played, the Nets laid 2 at the house, which means they're supposed to come on the road and the Bulls be the favorite. The Nets are laying 5, and so they faced off November 1st, 2022. Bulls won 108 to 99 as 2-point underdogs in Brooklyn. Now they go on the road laying 5. It's actually a super strong number for the Nets, in my opinion. I can only look towards the Nets. This team has found something. You see what I'm saying? This team is balling right now. They found their coach. It's basically the exact opposite of the Celtics, guys. You watched the show last night. We hopped on. I took the Nets to win their division plus 400. It's down to plus 200 this morning, basically everywhere. So even them plus 300s, them shit's gone to win the division. And the Nets are rolling right now. I can't bet against them. I'll be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if the refs were a little bit more pro Bulls here. You know what I'm saying? Especially after admitting that they probably just cost them a win in the last game. But like I say, man, maybe a couple early fouls on KD or Kyrie or something. This team is so deep, though. You see what I'm saying? 1 through 10. I love this Nets team. I feel like their backup bench can ball with some of the starting fives, man. They found a coach in a rhythm. I'm not looking towards catching the falling knife. I'd be looking towards, if I had a top players game, it would be Nets minus 4.5. And I'd heavily lean to the under as well, especially with the Bulls coming off that overtime game. Just gave up 145 points. I'm sure they're going to be looking towards some defense. But the 5 of their last 6 games have went over, my guys. But Nets looking with revenge, red hot. I could only look their way, my guys. Let's head over here to the streets of Minnesota here, guys. I found some inside info on this team, and I didn't like it, to be honest with you, man, because I think it's supposed to be the opposite of this, man. Russell is he's not going well with the team. There's some inner skirmishes going on. See what I'm saying? So Russell getting into it with Rudy Gobert. He didn't like Gobert. He's basically called him out on a bunch of shit. And then Anthony Edwards and Russell getting into it, guys. And you know what? This shit makes sense, Skee. Last game, Russell didn't play, and they came out there and played one of their best games of the season for the Nuggets, man, against the Nuggets. So what I found out is that the Wolves, they can't wait to trade Russell, guys. I think the Wolves will be they're really going to be a buy-on team once Russell gets out there. Hopefully they get another guard back for them because Anthony Edwards can weather the load all himself. And Jordan McLaughlin is banged up as well right now. So they're going to have to try to get another guard for Russell, but they got to get him out of there. He's being super toxic to the team right now. When Russell's out, we're going to want to buy the Wolves. When he's in, that's when they've been having the on-court issues because it's Russell, Anthony Edwards, and Gobert all on the floor that, you know what I'm saying, that's getting into it. So if Anthony Edwards can run the show, the Wolves will ball. If Russell's in there, that's when you have the disconnection. That's what my research has brought, my guys. So they don't like Russell. They can't wait till he's traded. They're pretty close to trading him, guys. So that's the info on the Wolves. What do you think about this one, Skee? It's flipped now to the Blazers being the favorite here, with Nurkic being probable in this one, my guy. How you looking at this game?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a spot for the Wolves to get that same season double revenge, but I mean, I'm hearing what you're saying, and that gives me pause, hesitation, and also, just look at the stats last 5 games. I mean, Minnesota just got off of a 6-game losing streak. They've been playing terrible, so it's going to tell me Portland, is a better offensive, defensive, and rebounding team the last 5 games. And even on the season, Minnesota's bottom 10 defending the three, bottom 10 shooting it, and Portland is number 3 team shooting the three, so they should be able to take advantage. I see Russell in the expected starting lineup, so that means. Yeah. If I'm seeing that and I'm seeing the Blazers been playing better basketball, recent performance, that means we should be on the Blazers tonight, right?
Yeah, but the double revenge, but the home teams have killed it so far in the last to me. So the home team is 7-3 straight up over the last 10 meetings between the two teams, and the Wolves are also 7-3 against the spread. Before this year, they were 7-1 against the spread, or 6-2 against the spread last 8 games. So obviously, you got the double revenge for the Wolves here. We know the Blazers play a ton better at the house. Obviously, with the info that I found out, I'm not betting the Wolves here with Russell in. That's just some I can't wait till they trade them because I really think the Wolves are a buy team. And Nas Reed as well. This is why it made me look into it. Nas Reed said, I even posted on my Instagram. He said, "We know what's the problem, but I'm just gonna keep that in house right now." I had to do some research on this shit, man. But double revenge spot here for the Wolves. Still, I could only look towards Wolves. I'm not betting the game. It's a tough game for me. Obviously, you can see by the spread, but especially with the double revenge and the home teams going 4-0 straight up last 4, 7-3 last 10, I'm still only looking towards the Wolves here, and this is their time as well. If they do want to turn the season around, this with this little homestand, I mean, with this game right here, then you got the Clippers on deck, then you got Houston and Detroit. They could try to go on a little 5-0 win streak. That's how these NBA teams are. They cluster losses, they cluster wins as well. So personally, I could still only look towards the Wolves here at the house. The home team has killed it in this season, in this matchup, guys. Let's go over here to the streets of New Orleans here, guys. We got the Pelicans land 7 points at the house versus the Rockets here, Skee. Obviously, no Zion Williamson, but they I mean, this is the Rockets here we're talking about. What do you think happens in this game, my guy? Can the Pelicans cover this spread, win by double digits, even without Zion?
They can. I'm not sure. Well, here's the thing. The Rockets, you always got to factor in if they're going to do their tanking at the end of the game. They also play again the next day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like those things for the Rockets. So if I'm trying to back them, you get in and get out with the first half. Other than that, I would say yes, you probably lean towards the Pelicans because they're the best rebounding team in the league lately. Last 5 games, top 10 defensive rated team, and been the better offense. And I think that will continue even without Zion over there. So it'll either be Rockets first half, or if you like the Pelican side, take them on a full game. I think CJ McCollum, whenever Zion is out, I think you're supposed to look at his assist over there because he's going to be the playmaker.
Bro, CJ been going crazy scoring the ball too, bro.
Maybe PRA, maybe do all of it on CJ tonight. But not a game I'm gonna be involved with. I will say road teams on the front end of a back-to-back are somewhere around the 60% mark to the under so far this season. Maybe that's the way you look on the full game total.
It seemed like a super low total to me, man. I'd look at Pelicans team total over. I feel like if something's gonna go under, it's probably gonna be the Rockets. This Pelicans team is a top tier team defensively, man. I know that they have the Nets on deck, but why would you look past the Rockets? They're in the Western Conference as well. You're off 2 straight losses with a day of rest. I know they come back home off a little mini 2-game trip, but like I say, you lost both those games. You got smoked in Memphis by 15, and you lost by 9 in Philly as well. So I mean, like even without Zion, I can only look for spots to back the Pelicans here. I didn't lay the 7 with them full game, but I wouldn't be surprised they smoked this team by 20 points, man. This Rockets team is not a real team. They got some young guys. Sometimes they like to get up and play, but this team is going nowhere fast. They got to trade Eric Gordon. It's another one. Eric Gordon is like a cancer right now in the Rockets locker room, guys. They might actually try to play better when Gordon leaves, but sometimes you just get there. We got a guy that's like a sour, has a sour mood. Sometimes they can be contagious, guys. So Eric Gordon, they asked him what's improved since the beginning of the season. There's been no improvement, man. He can't wait to get the F away from the Rocks. I'm surprised they're still playing him, to be honest with you, man. So like you said, they got a first game of back-to-back. They play the Jazz tomorrow. Y'all know how I feel about these tanking teams on the road. They're not going to really get up to play on the road. If anything, they're going to want to do it for their fans at the house, man. I could only look towards the Pelicans in this one. Maybe first quarter. I can only look towards Pelicans trifecta spot, man. That's the way I lean in this game. CJ PRA points over. Goddamn team total over. Rockets team total under. This team is ass, man. Let's go over here to the streets of Sacramento. Skee. We got the Kings land 1.5, my guy. What are we doing here?
This is tough because I don't like the Kings laying points, but it's just one. I mean, they just got to win the game, right? And Hawks, I want absolutely nothing to do with them on the road. I don't want nothing to do with them in general. Last 2 weeks, they've only won 1 game. They're 6-12, I think, straight up on the road. And you can look, I see you, but I just know the past few years they've been absolutely ass on the road. Without Capella, they've been even more garbage. So not gonna happen tonight. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to explain to me, why you like the Hawks on the road today. I could only look towards Sacramento getting a W, and I probably look towards Kevin Herter over his 3-point prop or over his point prop because he's gonna want to give it to his old team.
Yeah, he's gonna want to, but this team is running on fumes, man. If you really look into this game deeper, 6 game in 9 days for the Kings here. This could really be a spot where they run out of gas back to back as well. Now, don't get twisted. Hawks off a double overtime game versus the Warriors, not the best of spots, but this team has lost 4 straight. This team is not. Now, I know that they're disconnected, guys, and this is another one. You don't have to take this shit if you don't like it, man. I know everyone's going to like the Kings here. I think that the Hawks win this game, man. I wouldn't be surprised if the Hawks started out early and often. I know they haven't been playing defense, but this starting five should not be an underdog to this Sacramento team. I love the Kings. They're going to make the playoffs, but 6 games in 9 days, back to back, traveling from altitude in Utah where you got the win. Now, I would have been off this one if Markkanen hit that shot, right? And they won, then it'll be off. Now the Kings are pissed. They want to get back, but I know it's a revenge spot. But the Hawks are 3-0 straight up and against the spread last 3 meetings, and 4-1 straight up and against the spread last 5 meetings, my guys. So like I say, this team can ball, man. I know it's the second game on this road trip, but if you were down 19 versus Golden State at the half, and the way that I look at the Hawks, if they were that disconnected or just didn't care about playing, you're getting smoked by Warriors. What do? They come all the way back and steal the lead, make it go into overtime, and really should have won that game, to be perfectly honest with you. So I know double overtime. I'm kind of sort of in the middle, like of taking the Hawks first half, because I do think they come out with a much better effort here and full game, because that's when the Kings should really run out of gas. This is not a good rest spot for me. This is a team A versus team B. I don't care what the names are here. At any spot, I'd be fading the team that's at home here, 6 game in 9 days back to back. So give me the Hawks here, plus the 1.5 full game. I'm not sure on the first half, man. I'm still kind of right there, but I think the Hawks get the job done. Look at some Collins props, guys. Collins can get whatever he want in the paint. Sabonis cannot defend it. He couldn't defend the paint when he wasn't injured. He definitely can't defend it right now. It's basically playing with one arm. Even when he catches the ball, he doesn't catch it with one. He catches it with two, my guys. Notice the little things here, man. I love this King team. There's some ballers, but this is not a good spot for them. Give me the Hawks here. Put $100 on Hawks plus the 1.5. If you don't like it, you don't have to take it, my guys. If you like the Kings, take the Kings. See what I'm saying? Go with what you know, my guys. Let's go over here to the streets of LA here, Skee. We got the Lakers getting 4 points. Your squad here at the house. What are we doing at this game, man? No, it's went up now. I gotta ask that question. What the hell happened with the spread, bro? This shit went up to -7. Is what's going on? Because it was at 4 last night.
Well, first game back at home after a long road trip. Maybe LeBron's not going to play. Lonnie Walker has been kind of out the lineup. He might not play either. I didn't see the update on Westbrook.
The spread went up. So it was at 224 last night, and the Heat -4. It's went up 5 points.
You talking about the total?
LeBron, yeah, on the total. LeBron has to be playing.
The total is what confuses me the most, because these teams just played less than a week ago, and it was actually on pace to go over until I think the third quarter or fourth quarter, but it stayed under by quite a bit, and they reopened it up here, at a pretty high number. So, or going up, like you said, raising up. So that's
LeBron didn't win the game.
I want nothing to do with the total, bro. I'm gonna just tell you.
Skee, did LeBron play in that last game? I don't think
versus the Heat. I'm pretty sure he did.
I don't think so, bro.
I think he had a 30 piece or a 40 piece.
I think he did. Yeah, and they still lost by double digits. They lost 112-98. Let me see. Yeah, LeBron did play in that game. Lonnie Walker, everybody plays except for AD, obviously. But the spread, the move just really intrigues me, to be honest with you, man. I can't tell you this right now.
You know about a flat spot. Don't act like you don't know.
I know it's a flat spot, but I'd be looking at LeBron points, man, if he plays. I know it's a flat spot, but also look at this. Now, I don't think the Heat will party in LA. They did have a day off. This is 4th straight game on the late night trip as well, man. So this is why I wouldn't lay the points with the Heat. Are they the better team? Yes. Are they starting to get hot? Are they a bye team? Yes. There's still a late night sleepy spot for an East Coast team playing a late night game. Some of these teams can come home. I'm not saying it's the Lakers. Now, they're coming home off of a 5-game road trip and East Coast road trip, and they've played 7 of their last 8 on the road. But like I say, the Lakers are starting to play a little bit better, man, I must say. So it's a tough game for me, but I can't say the spread is starting to get a little too high with the Heat laying on the road, in my opinion. They were laying 9 at the house. Now, I mean, like I said, it was at 4 last night, up to 7. I just feel like that line move almost made it seem like that LeBron or somebody was going to be out, or Lonnie Walker. So I'm not laying
Lonnie
the
hasn't
7
been
with the
playing,
Heater.
so I would guess he's out for sure over anybody else. But Westbrook earlier this morning was game time. I'm not sure if he's likely or whatever the case is. Maybe
So
it's him
some
too.
injury
Yeah.
report manipulation. Okay. I'm not laying 7 with the Heat here, guys. I can't lay it with on the road, especially 4th straight road game as well. I know that they're starting to get hot. This is a 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern start, my guys. But I can't say this. The Heat will always want to smack up the Lakers from after losing the Mickey Mouse ring. You see what I'm saying? In the bubble over there. So the Heat will always want to smack up the Lakers for that, man. Last game up, Skee, and let's get out of here, man. We got the Warriors laying 7 points. Now it's down to 6.5 now. See, why is this line? Why are the Red Hot Warriors coming down from 7 to 6.5 in this one? Do you trust the Pistons here on the road?
Well, I think 6.5 was the opener. And no, I don't trust what the Pistons have been doing lately. Let's look at them. Last 2 weeks, they have won and covered only one game out of 5. They're losing by an average of 15, a
Okay.
little bit over 15 points per game. So I can't trust that. And the Warriors have done nothing but, win at the house, win and cover. They're 17-2 straight up, 14-4 against the spread. You can look even longer. It's just the home road splits for this team are crazy how they come to play at the house. Neither team has been really great offensively, but Warriors have been damn good on the defensive end. Second best defensive rated team the last 5 games. And I'm focusing on what they've done at the house on defense. That's why these games are going under. So I'm looking at Detroit team total. It was 113. Warriors have only allowed 4 of the 19 opponents to surpass 113, in their home games so far this season. At home, they're allowing 111.2. Looking at what Detroit has been doing, they only average, a little bit under 110 points per game on the road on the season. In the last 2 weeks, it's even lower. It's 107.6. So for me, the best play was to take the Pistons team total under 113.
Yeah, I couldn't talk you off there. Obviously, this team struggles offensively as well. I do think they get back Killian Hayes tonight. I don't like the fact that the Warriors, most of their depth is depleted right now, but they still ball at the house. I'm not betting against them. I can tell you that right now. But let me say, at some point, the Warriors' depth will catch up with them, their lack of depth, okay? Right? Because remember, like even when guys like Kuminga are starting to go out, that's what's like, damn, you already out Steph, you without Kuminga. Who else, man? They got like at least 6 guys out for the Warriors. So, and I'll be honest, it kind of showed last game as well versus the Hawks. It didn't surprise me that the Hawks came back in there win. So it's a tough game for me. Definitely not betting against the Warriors at the house, but I can't say, man, I have a soft spot for the Pistons. I've been watching them playing lately, man. This team, no, they got blown out versus the Blazers, but they also said after that shit can't happen. Those type of games can't happen. That Pistons bench, man. I don't know why. I like it, man. I like it, my guys. But yeah, I can't. I'm not betting against the Warriors at the house, not with my money. But wouldn't be surprised if it was somewhat of a closer game, though, my guys. But let's get out of here, man. Let's get out of here, Skee. Let the people know what you got going over at Wager Talk, my brother. Gotta let the people know about the shirts as well. But what you got going, Skee, my brother, and any picks for the show.
Yeah, you can find all my work on Twitter at Skee Profit, and all my work at wagertalk.com. I don't have a whole lot of plays today. I'm usually high volume, but I didn't really like the card, so not a whole lot up. I'll share the play I probably like the most today, and that's the Hornets team total under 115. It is, that part of the year, the part of the season where teams start to care a little bit more now. So we will ramp it back up, and you could be expecting a lot more picks soon. But that's the play of the day for the show. Hornets team total under 115.
I like it. My guy Skee also said like Pistons team total under 113 as well, man. I definitely could see a couple 2-0s. I could definitely see a couple winners there, Skee, man. For me, man, I sprinkle $100 on 3 plays today, man. Magic's going down to pick now, even +1 at some spots. So it looks like SJ will probably be in. Little injury report manipulation game of the day. I still fully believe that the Thunder will tank it and that the Magic get it done. So for me, $100 on Suns plus the 5.5. Magic, we'll go Magic money line because I fully think they win the game. So it doesn't matter. I don't care what the damn money line is. I don't give a effing shit what the spread is, like my guy Daryl says. And also $100 for me on Hawks plus the 1.5. Them shit's going 3-0, my guys. Other honorable mentions, leans would be, let's see, Sixers team total over. Let's see, lean Raptors, but not at that number. Could definitely see another under type of game. Lean Nets as well. Stand off the Wolves, man, until they get rid of Russell. I'd lean Hawks first half as well. I lean Hawks trifecta, to be honest with you. And I love when people don't like the fucking plays in the chat. And usually I say that, and it's trifecta, and them shits cash at a high rate, man. It's not going to cash every single time. We're here to bring you guys an info. I'm letting you know what I'm betting. So I'm saying you don't have to take it. I'm not telling you to, hey, go bet these plays, my guys. Simply let you know how I'm looking at the games. My guy Skee as well, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning into the show. 50% off shirts at the site, man. We will win. Most of the people that say as soon as they get the shirt, they start going on a win streak, man. I'm just saying, it ain't what I said. That's what they saying, man. The good luck shirts, 50% off over at the site, jmoneyismoney.com, man. Let's get some cash today. Y'all do, if you can, one thing I'll leave you with this, man. Go do something good for somebody in need today, man. I don't care who it is, homeless. It could be for your family. Who else, man? Just go do something good. Let's start trying to work the world back to being some better people overall, man, because I don't like the way this shit is going, my guys. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. That's the show for myself and Ski Profit, man. Let's get some cash. We out. We will win.